So honestly, guys, it's just our opinion for the 4th placed Warriors preview for 2024. Quick gains and losses. They've gained Kurt Capewell. It's a good gain. And Chanel Harris-Tavita and Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, their favourite son, has returned.
Yep, played for the All Blacks and now he's back.
They've lost Josh Curran to the Bulldogs, Bailey Sirenen to Catalans, Viliami Vailey to North Queensland Catalans, and Braden William retired. Obviously, they got Sean Johnson. Is their last year. This is his last year. He's been re-signed. Got a contract to the end of 2024. This will be his last chance ever to win a premiership after returning. So now they've got their 2 favourite sons back, Sean Johnson and Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. They do have a pretty easy draw, no matter which way you look at it, based even on our ladders. Playing last year's bottom 4 teams 6 times. They play twice. They play the Raiders, Bulldogs, Sharks, Dolphins, Titans, Seagulls, Storm, and Knights. And so only the Storm and Sea Eagles we have in our 8. That's for us. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 outside the 8 teams. So they got a pretty easy run, based on our past, 13 previews. Yep. First 6 rounds they're playing. They open the season with the Sharks at home, then Storm away, then Raiders home, Knights home, Rabbitohs away, Sea Eagles at home. And they finish with the Eels, Dolphins, Sea Eagles, Bulldogs, Sharks, and then a bye. Now, it used to be you look at all those things and it matters for the Warriors home and away. But since they spent those couple of years in Australia during COVID, it's irrelevant. And that's what made them such a force last year. The home and away didn't matter. Because in the olden days, what you do is, Warriors in Australia, lose. Warriors at home, flip a coin. But last year they showed true consistency, so much so that Andrew Webster won Coach of the Year for the most improved team.
Most improved Coach of the Year.
Yeah. This is his 2nd year in charge as well.
Yeah. You talk about Andrew Webster, John. A bit's being made of his ability to really get the best out of the players on his roster, much in the same mould as Craig Bellamy. A lot of other coaches just rely solely on recruitment of players. But Webster's a guy who can really, he doesn't necessarily need to go to market that much. He can really maximise the talent of the players he's got with him and get the absolute best out of them. And I think that gives the Warriors a huge advantage over other clubs who rely a lot more on, on buying the right players on the open market. So I think that gives Webster's ability in that regard gives the Warriors a huge advantage. And to add Roger Tuivasa-Sheck on top of who they already had last year, you talked about Webster winning the Dally M Coach of the Year, Most Improved Coach of the Year. RTS won a Dally M himself in 2018, John. Had 2 seasons in rugby union. As I said before, played for the All Blacks. And also Kurt Capewell, who was only a few minutes away from winning that premiership last season with the Broncos. They're huge ins for the Warriors, John, on top of who they already had last year. And from what I've seen, they haven't lost a whole lot. There's not many outs there. So, John, I'm going bold here. I'm tipping the Warriors to win the premiership in 2024. I think it's their time. I think they got the coach to do it. And with 2 new high-profile recruits joining an already formidable 17, I think they got the team to do it as well. So
they're paying $23 to win the premiership, 9th favourite. So that's not a bad bet, actually. Bet with your head not over it, of course. You got a round 1 team. You think Tuivasa-Sheck? So Tuivasa-Sheck coming back from Union is a good thing. I think I mentioned before, the players that come back from Union tend to be more sticky in defence, because obviously in Union there's much more integral to be sticky in defence. So the reads don't change, but the stickiness in defence. So what's your...
Yeah, and that's why I've got him in the centres, actually, John. So I've got Shans Nickel-Clockstad at fullback.
Has to go fullback.
Yeah, Dallin Watene-Zelezniak and Marcelo Montoya on the wings. It was a bit touch and go whether to have Montoya there, but I've just got him there, John. Rocco Berry and our man RTS in the centres. Tamare Martin and, of course, Sean Johnson in the halves. Aden Fanua Blake. he's in the front row partnering Mitch Barnett. I know Kerry O'Keefe doesn't like talking about him, John, but we're going to talk about him.
Talk about him in February. It's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a lot more interesting than talking about the cricket at this point in time. Wade Egan at hooker. Jackson Ford and Kurt Capel in the second row. Tohu Harris at lock. On the bench, I've got Dylan Walker, Jazz Tavanga, Marata Niokore, and Tom Ale.
That's a great team.
Yeah.
It's a phenomenal team. They are paying $1.75 for a top 8 finish. It only occurred to me like yesterday we should have given the odds for everyone anyway, but slide it in there.
Yeah, I mean they change all the time, don't they?
So,
maybe we could do that on the last day.
Yeah, definitely.
Give all the odds.
Bookies have basically got them at 8th. I, on the other hand, have them at 5th.
You got them 5th?
Yep.
Yep.
I think they're going to have a cracker of a year. I do not think they'll win the premiership. But yeah, at 5th, I think they're going to go really well. It's just the teams that I've got above them. Obviously, we both had the Roosters at 4. The teams that I've got above them, I think, appear, better than them.
Yep. Yeah, you can put me in for number 1 for them, John.
So you think they're going to win the minor premiership?
Yep, and the premiership.
Oof. Ooh, will that be their first minor premiership? It will be, yeah.
We can look that up, John. I'm not 100
I think
off the top of my head. They've made 2 grand finals in 2002 and 2011. I'm not sure if they've won a minor premiership before.
They've had some terrible coaches throughout the year. Won one minor premiership in 2002.
Okay, so that was the year they made the grand final. They won the minor premiership. Of course, that was the year the Bulldogs got booted for those salary cap breaches, John.
And they won the National Youth Competition title 3 times. Wow. I wish the NYC would come back. I really liked it. I love the fact they had no video ref as well. That was my favourite thing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'd go there, I'd watch before the game and see, scores of 48 to 46. But it was fun.
So Sean Johnson and Dimitri Sifakula are the 2 injury concerns, John. Sean Johnson's got a bit of an ankle issue. He should be good to go for round 1. Sifakula's got a knee injury. Probably won't be back till the mid-season, John.
Sean Johnson is half Lao, and my wife is Lao, and so they've all the Lao people in the world have a soft spot for the Warriors because of that. But yeah, I think they're going to have a good year. And it'll be interesting because it is that whole thing, Webster, the most improved coach. He could have won last year, just not being based on the most improved coach. But unfortunately, that award is a bit of a joke. As you said, I think it'll be a really good, he'll have a good season and because of the way he coaches.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Because we got Tamare Martin, who I think he'll be there for round 1, John. But Luke Metcalf, he's another option. They both suffered some injuries last year, so that sort of made the decision easy for Webster. While one of them was fit, the other one was injured, but now they'll both be fit, so he's got a bit of a decision to make there. I think Tamare Martin will get the nod there, John. But at least they will have Metcalf there in case there are any injury concerns.
Yeah, definitely.
Good to go to come in there.